My hands are raised to give you and I am to praise. Hey. Powerful healer, you are the powerful healer. Come and heal, so powerful today. You heal, so powerful today. Powerful healer, you are the powerful healer. Hey, come and heal, so powerful today. Let us see your power flow. Power flow tonight. Yahweh, your name is Yahweh. Miracle, come on, miracle, name is Yahweh. You are the best in you for us to gain important documentary. Our new is in a live talk show. I'm not toys, but open up and Nta Ch10 Station Excellence. On the news tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari launches Nigeria Agenda 2050. Plus, correspondent examines the impact of press freedom on the Nigerian media. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the news at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari formally unveiled and launched the next long-term development plan for Nigeria, the Nigeria Agenda 2050 for implementation. The launch of the document took place on the sideline of the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
This note, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and privilege to formally unveil and launch the next long-term development plan for Nigeria, the Nigeria Agenda 2050 for implementation. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
President Muhammadu Buhari says the unveiling and public presentation of the Nigeria Agenda 2050 marks yet another milestone in the annals of history of the nation's planning experience post-independence.
It has also shown our administration's commitment to planning and plan implementation since we assumed office on May 29, 2015. The plan we are launching today has a vision of a dynamic, industrialized, and knowledge-based economy that generates inclusive and sustainable development for the country.
The President, on December 22, 2021, launched the first National Development Plan 2021 to 2025 that would be used to implement the long-term plan. Council on March 15, 2023, approved the Nigeria Agenda 2050 that is being launched now by the President.
The broad target is to ensure that Nigeria attains a per capita GDP of $33,328 United States dollars per annum that will place her among the top middle-income economies in the world by 2050.
The President applauds the steering committee led by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, for delivering on the important national assignment. He is confident that given the measures already in place for continuous implementation, successive administrations will find the document useful in the delivery of electoral promises. At the State House, Jide Onifade, Nta News.
Just after marking International Labour Day to canvass for the welfare of workers, a segment of that group is raising awareness on the importance of press freedom. They are also reminding government on their duties to respect and uphold freedom of expression. Adiola Komi Akere takes a look at the importance of press freedom and how well it has impacted the media in Nigeria.
30 years, the historic connection established between the right to seek, impact, and receive information for public good remains as relevant as it was when it was signed, considering the fact that the role of the media is not just furnishing the public with information, but shaping the society. This year's focus is on shaping a future of rights through freedom of expression as a driver for all other human rights.
We have to work with journalists to ensure that Lagosians know what we are doing, to ensure that Lagosians are served what they deserve.
Enshrined under Article 19 of the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, free press is expected to give practitioners the upper hand to operate, seek and get information that is relevant to the general public and be able to express it for the benefit of all. And although it is often said that there is no completely free press anywhere in the world, the proliferation of independent media in many countries and the rise of digital technologies have enabled free flow of information.
There should be law against those kind of news that could, bring about an unfortunate situation to the life of other people.
Lagos will not attack any press that does that. what they normally do is that they will go on investigative something to ascertain whether that information is correct or not.
Another important topic of discussion that requires attention from stakeholders as it negatively affects respect for other human rights is the brutality journalists are subjected to in the line of duty and when they are deprived of their right to freedom of expression.
Government should ensure it secures justice for the families of those who have been journalists who have been murdered, and even also compensate journalists who in the past were harassed.
To address these critical situations and threats, emphasis is placed on press freedom, safety of journalists, and access to information. World Press Freedom Day is marked globally on the 3rd of May every year. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakiri, NTA News.
Lessons learned from the 2023 general elections will positively shape subsequent election in Nigeria. This was the view of election observers and political parties at a conference organized by the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPSS, in Abuja to get report from stakeholders on the outcome of the polls. Mie Ogidi report.
117, 118.
The counting of the ballot ended April 15, 2023. Winners declared, some losers off to the court, and observers back to the conference hall for postmortem.
We are aware that there are positive sides of the elections, and we're also aware of the negative sides of the elections.
Some of the best brains in election matters gathered here, courtesy of NIPS, explain the sweet bitter taste of the 2023 polls.
The issue of collation of the results is still left unattended.
For the 2023 election, and this is our view, that technology didn't fail in the 2023 election. What failed is the human factor.
An intriguing views. Conduct of credible polls is the lifeline and oxygen for democracy. But there are factors compelling democracy to a state of being in life support.
Where voters are extremely poor, democracy tends to be weak. If the political culture does not encourage participation, negotiation, bargaining, and freedom of expression, then democracy shrinks.
Lessons from the 2023 polls will form part of recommendations for INEC ahead of the 2027 general elections. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
Representatives of the United Nations, the African Union, and the Intergovernmental have met to discuss peaceful solutions to the conflict in Sudan, repeating calls for an immediate ceasefire, opening a humanitarian corridor, and offering aid to people in need. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday report.
The continuing situation in Sudan is engaging the attention of leaders around the world, especially those of the United Nations and the African Union, who are keen on finding a resolution as soon as possible. The African Union Commission Chairperson Moussa Faki Mahamat at the union's headquarters in Addis Ababa said the union is persuading the warring factions in Sudan on the need for a total ceasefire.
We also naturally discuss political issues, particularly on the crisis. The trilateral organizations have continued to work with the parties for advancing the ceasefire and opening the humanitarian corridors.
UN Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed said the United Nations is fully behind the African Union's proposal.
It is incredibly important that we are behind an African solution to this catastrophe in Sudan. We need a cessation of the hostilities. We also need to address the humanitarian needs that are needed in Khartoum, in the rest of Sudan, and get back onto that track of a process that is back to a democratic process for civilian rule.
The warring parties in Sudan on Tuesday agreed on a 7-day ceasefire that will start this Thursday to pave the way for peace talks between factions promoted and mediated by the neighboring South Sudanese President Salva Kiir, who is also the leader of a team of the Intergovernmental Authorities on Development Assembly of the Heads of States. Sudan's Ministry of Health said the clashes between the SAF and the RSF have killed more than 500 people and left over 4,000 others wounded so far. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
We are going on a break now. After the short timeout, the news continues. Stay tuned. It's Volcanic time. Volcanic it's no resistance to the last drop, to the brain
Malt tonic is enriched with vitamins and minerals for that rush of vitality you need to reach greatness.
It's Malt Tonic time. Welcome back, and thanks if you are just joining us. This is NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. The Lagos State Judiciary has remained the first to be established in Nigeria and was formerly known as Colony Province Judiciary. Post-colonial era and in a democratic setting, the Lagos Judiciary as an arm of government has always represented itself as a beacon of hope to everyday people in need to justice across the metropolis. But how affordable and accessible has it been to a common man? Musa Tuliat in this report takes a look at the Lagos judiciary and how visible it has been with regards to ensuring that everyone gets justice regardless of the social status in the state.
The judiciary is one of the three arms of government in a democratic system, saddled with the responsibility of interpreting and applying laws in any given society. As the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos State, the commercial nerve center of the country, attracts more urban migration from various parts of the country. The tendency for increase in organized crimes and social vices is rife. The criminal justice system is therefore expected to be up and running so that those who run foul of laws are made to face the consequences.
Criminal justice system needs overhaul, especially with regards to awaiting trial cases. People who have committed completely no crimes, and then they'll have to await trial for 10, 20 years. Is criminal in itself. That act in itself is criminal, is inhuman, is a crime against humanity.
Why is it that it appears that it takes a long time before a case file is sent from the police to the DPP to the court? And there are different factors that contribute to this delay. The truth of the matter is that cases are not won in court. Cases are won at investigation. And so we are at the mercy of the police to do the needful in terms of investigation. That is the foundation for which the Ministry of Justice, the DPP, Directorate of Public Prosecution, will build their case on and then take the case to court.
The Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency was established to emphasize zero tolerance to gender-based and sexual violence and give assurance of getting justice to the masses.
Lagos State has a domestic and sexual violence agency, and we've had causes to refer. We have cause to refer cases to them in the past, and we relate with them almost on a regular basis.
We recorded over 50 convictions, ranging from life imprisonment to 60 years to 30 years. So the pronouncements coming out from the judiciary indicates that this is an issue that we are not taking lightly.
Under the purview of the Lagos State Judiciary is the Office of Public Defender, where citizens can get free legal services. For those who prefer amicable settlement without going to court, the judiciary also has an alternative dispute resolution mechanisms.
We actually have an alternative dispute resolution department in the DSVA for domestic violence, not for sexual violence. You cannot refer a sexual violence case to ADR. It's for domestic violence. And it's important because we are survival-centered. We do what we can, what the survivor wants us to do, within the ambit of the law.
In Lagos,
It is no longer news that one of the floodlight masts at the National Stadium, undergoing massive renovation, collapsed recently without casualty, a situation that made the Sport Minister to inspect the facility and pronounce a temporary closure of the stadium. But holistically, Sanjay Dare has observed that the major challenge of the stadium for years is electricity. He said most of the cables laid over 5 decades ago have been destroyed and vandalized.
To the point of breaking the wall, breaking the floor to take out the armor cables. How do you take them out? Then you look at other cables that are even not armored cables, running the pipes and the rest, they're all gone. 90% of the light cables are gone. That's one. Two, an accumulated bill of over 700 million naira is still there, unpaid. This didn't happen in 3 years.
It was a great moment in the life of statesman and proprietor of the defunct Obanta United, Chief Adewale Teluwo, as some of the players and individuals that passed through him poured encomiums on him as they celebrated him with a innovative match at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. According to former national under-17 coach Fanny Yamu, Chief Teluwo is a blessing to the country as he prayed for more life and good health.
The only proprietor that I've seen that was with the players before, during and after, even at cat.
Former Super Eagles player Gordon Okpara recalled how Teluwo was not just a club owner, but a father to all of them, and they were happy to come together to honor him. While appreciating everyone involved in the novelty game, Chief Teluwo announced the donation of 1 million naira to the two teams that played the match, and also announced a support for an annual competition in his honor starting from 2024.
I thank the heroes in the professional league that changed the whole fortune of the game. And once again, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you here. God will be with you. Thank you.
According to him, talents discovered from the youth cadre of the annual competition will be supported to actualize their dream of becoming superstars. In Lagos, it's been Kehinde Lamidi reporting for NTA Sports.
Now on entertainment news, let's join Tolu Showumi on entertainment.
Popular skit maker Debo Adedayo, better known as Mr. Macaroni, was surprised with a birthday party by his friends, family, and colleagues in the entertainment industry. In a video that was shared on social media, the comedian was led into a hall where the party was being held, and he was visibly moved by the sight of so many people gathered to celebrate with him. Overwhelmed with emotion, he burst into tears and went around hugging those who attended. After the party, Mr. Macaroni expressed gratitude to his fans and loved ones on social media. Moving on, Nollywood actress Kemi Korede is reflecting on her humble beginnings today. Taking to her Instagram page to share a childhood photo of herself, Kemi Korede reminisced on her past when things were hard for her. Kemi recounted how she hawked pounded yam, kerosene, raw yam, and more to make ends meet. According to her, growing up was so difficult and she suffered so much to make a way for herself. She never imagined she could come this far, but she was determined that she has to be great to take care of her parents. Encouraging her fans, she told them to strive hard to make it and not to give up on themselves. To the foreign scene, Christine Baumgartner, the wife of American actor Kevin Costner, has filed for divorce after 18 years of marriage. Kevin Costner's rep confirmed the news but didn't state the reason for their separation. According to the rep, it is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, which have resulted in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action. We ask that his Christians and their children's privacy be respected as they navigate this difficult time. And that will be all for entertainment news. I am Tolu Lokpeshunmi.
And that ends the news. Once again, thanks for joining us. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. Up next is the translation of the news in Yoruba with Benga Odoyede. Stay tuned.
ẹ kú àṣálẹ́ ẹ sì kú dédé àsìkò yìí àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín láti iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Gbẹ̀ngàn Olóyèdè ni oníròyìn. Ìròyìn rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí Muhammadu Buhari ti dáwọ́lé ṣíṣàfihàn àti ṣíṣe ìgbékalẹ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ ìrìn àjò ìdàgbàsókè ọlọ́jọ́ pípẹ́ bí ọ̀kan ìlànà ètò fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí ìmúṣẹ rẹ̀ yóò wáyé fún ti ọdún 2050 tó ń bọ̀ wá. Ètò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìrìn àjò ọlọ́jọ́ pípẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ìwé àṣẹ tí yóò gbé ìdáwọ́lé ọ̀hún nídìí ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan pàtàkì ètò tó wáyé ní ibi ìpàdé táwọn ìgbìmọ̀ àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ní ìlú Àbújá. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Jídé Onífádé sọ wípé ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari lẹ́yìn ìṣèfilọ́lẹ̀ ìlànà ọ̀tun ọlọ́jọ́ pípẹ́ ọ̀hún sọ wípé ètò ọ̀tun náà ni yóò túbọ̀ ran ìdàgbàsókè ètò ọjọ́ iwájú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́ pàápàá ní ẹ̀ka ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ààrẹ Buhari sọ wípé ṣíṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ọ̀hún ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú ìlànà ìṣèjọba ọ̀hún fún ètò ìdàgbàsókè ọjọ́ iwájú orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ látẹ̀yìnwá kí ó ba lè wà nínú àkọsílẹ̀ kí ó tó di wípé ìṣèjọba ọ̀hún gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kúrò lórí àlééfà ìṣèjọba. Lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n sàmì àyájọ́ tàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àpapọ̀ lágbàáyé pẹ̀lú ìgbésẹ̀ tàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ láti béèrè fún ìmójútó àlàáfíà tàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ níbi ètò ayẹyẹ tàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọdún yìí, àwọn ẹkùn ẹgbẹ́ kan ni wọ́n ti ń polongo ipa pàtàkì tó òmìnira tàwọn akọ̀ròyìn. Bákan náà ni wọ́n tún ṣe ètò olùránnilétí fún ìṣèjọba láti rántí ojúṣe ààyè wọn nípa bíbọ̀wọ̀ fún àti jíjẹ́ alágbàwí ìdùnnú fún òmìnira tàwọn akọ̀ròyìn. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adéọlá Kànmí Akérè tó mú ìròyìn wá bójú wo ipa pàtàkì òmìnira tàwọn akọ̀ròyìn àti pàápàá bí ó ṣe ní ipa kíkó nínú ètò tàwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìkọ̀ròyìn lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lẹ́yìn 30 ọdún sẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ àti òmìnira tàwọn akọ̀ròyìn láti túbọ̀ fààyè gbà wọ́n láti ní òmìnira lórí iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe wọn tí wọ́n yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí akọ̀ròyìn àti pàápàá nítorí ipa kíkó tàwọn akọ̀ròyìn ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan gbòógì láwùjọ tí ẹnìkan kò lè fọwọ́rọ́ sẹ́yìn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kíkan àwọn akọ̀ròyìn lábùkù ní àsìkò tí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ wọn tí wọ́n yàn láàyò ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú èyí tí wọ́n béèrè fún òmìnira. Nínú ètò ìdìbò àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó wáyé láìpẹ́ ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan fún ìkópa tó jọjú àti àpẹẹrẹ àtẹ̀lé rere dé bá ètò ìdìbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Gbólóhùn ọ̀rọ̀ náà ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn olùmójútó ètò ìdìbò àti àwọn ẹgbẹgbẹ́ olóṣèlú níbi ètò àpérò tí wọ́n tẹ́ pẹpẹ rẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ka àpapọ̀ tó mójútó ìlànà àti ọgbọ́n inú tó wà ní ìlú Àbújá láti gba àbálọ àti àbábọ̀ ètò ìdìbò láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ lórí àbábọ̀ àwọn ètò ìdìbò. Akọ̀ròyìn wa ní Ògidì tó mú ìròyìn wá sọ wípé ṣíṣe àkàjáde àbálọ ètò ìdìbò tí wọ́n ṣàfihàn rẹ̀ ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àbálọ ètò ìdìbò àpapọ̀ tó wáyé lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí láìpẹ́ yìí. Àwọn alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ níbi ètò àpérò náà sọ méní méjì ọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ tí wọ́n ń là kọjá nínú ètò ìdìbò àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Bákan náà túbọ̀ ní ìrètí wípé ètò ìdìbò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó ń bọ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú yóò túbọ̀ ṣàfihàn ìpìlẹ̀ rere. Tọ́ lẹ́yìn iwájú bá jẹun èrìkì àtẹ́wọ̀bá. Bámidélé Iyewenu ti wà níkàlẹ̀ láti mú ìyókù ròyìn wá fún ilé èdè Ògùn. Gbẹ̀ngàn Olóyèdè ń kí yín. Èrè o.
Omechela mi kudo hojai bukuta asan igbe tan ewe nle so le mi ho awoto date to teju osho nlimi ton yewe nu Bámidélé ní lodi eto gigome Otogbogan Muhammad Buhari we odi o sensian lo do be owe ma yin yoyo na do moromlo onukon eye azangaton na Otogbo mi ton kado je oko ede yin oko ifowo ela kande nu kande awo we yin de ezerote to we no ye to okuri bai okuri leyin me onupenu goton le kuro ye me yin me nkan to le dogbon Otogbo sin ohori dog dale de yi no wa no ko yi na tin do gban jo iwa no na yin no ko yi na tubu na yin no na yi na ya dodo we na dialo ego bo e na so yin no emi do te ko mi do tron o sa loji e do he we yin no emi na zila yi na mi mo te ro kodo ka do je opo ile yin opo ifowo ela kande ko me to din de ye so do pe to mademade he de yin ope me yin asan wa to le ton na do mlo ye degbe na do kan fobio do gbon na dagbe nino iton eyin to asan iwa iton me profile to asan wa te lepo we ogbede to ye me do de nu do ejedan eto dandan me do yile ni kambio na do mlo ye do oten do wa san ye ton de ma dike na ye ni wa san bo so pupo do me to e do ko he to we nu ye to o lo do na do mlo ye le asan ye wa na otoga eyin asan daho de le no wa eso do asan de do na wa bo ina so do sisi dagbe na e abiola konmi akere adiola konmi akere le to filo we do ko do e do mlo ye do na he okwe ne ní àtótótó gbẹtọlẹ sínú kan do gbẹtọ na wa san dagbe do na hu ton de ma yin do mo yinando we na lezun otan to otome etewe yin nu emi pon to ovo bibla de wayi eheme we yin nu eye fi ayin na do ovo bibla sinu pipon le wayi me na nu le gbetole mo nu kunje me bo so yin nu pipon le ye mo we ra yin ogona na do mo ovo bibla le ja e ma do nu mo koton de to chencheme e we yin ji o de me si ayin bo fa nu kunpon ovo bibla lo bodo me so yin ovo bibla gbele de to oto aitology we do hu to aitology do ye le ma dike na nu ejo ni so wa ayime eme to fren mi e ogidi we hengi gorogoro mo yo le to fren le bi we do de bodo awe to nu eye mo bo yin nuyan kan de gba fo na ofo bibla le wa yi mo je so mo na dike bo ye le amo nukun yi I don't want more bibla de so ja to de bo nu o ma so na yi do mo na yin do nisinisin bo alo na so pe go o mechele e ma o gan le to gbe na mi so pe to asan de gbegbe ezun do fon.
How market? My country people, how market? How market now on our Munge program to showcase to una different markets where boku for markets all over Lagos, whether na clothes, home appliances, electronics, provisions, food stuff, and any type of goods where you dey find. Name am, how market na the show for una. You go fit know where dem dey sell am and how much dem dey sell am. And if you be market seller and you dey find program to showcase your products, goods and services, na how market be the show for you o. Join us every Wednesday by 7:30 p.m. on your Obonge Station for Excellence, NTA Lagos Channel 10. For more inquiries, make una call. We dey ready for una.